During week 3 of the NFL season, the Ravens lost to the Chiefs 33-28. And to me, this was one of the bigger tests of the year for the Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. I previously highlighted 3 important games for him. Week 3 at Kansas City, week 9 against the Patriots, and week 12, the Ravens against the Rams. 3 games against tough opponents. And, he had his first test against the Kansas City Chiefs, and it wasn't great. It was not. It was a little bit disappointing, I'll be honest. Now, as I promised, I said I would. I will hold to this. I'm going to wait until after the Rams game before I'm going to pass a final judgment on Lamar Jackson. Week 3 was subpar for him. He had a pretty average game. Against the Chiefs, he was 22 for 43 passing. That's only a 51% completion percentage. He had 267 yards passing, no touchdowns, also no interceptions. But he did also run for a touchdown. I'll be honest. In some ways, I was discouraged watching that game. And in some ways, I was quite encouraged. Number one is that the Ravens, I was encouraged in this way. The Ravens played fantastic. Now, their quarterback played bad, and they barely lost to one of the best teams in the entire NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs, in Kansas City. They ran for over 200 yards. Their defense played great. And their quarterback, Lamar Jackson, left a lot to be desired. To me, that's encouraging because what that means is you're really close. If your quarterback plays a little better, you can win that game. And if your quarterback plays great, you win that game by a lot. The Ravens have a great roster. They're in a good position to win a lot of games this year. But here's why it was a little bit disappointing. It was painful to watch Lamar Jackson miss deep balls over and over and over again. He had guys open deep downfield, and he kept overthrowing them. And, when he needed to complete passes into tight windows, frankly, he missed. Lamar Jackson had opportunities to make high-level throws downfield, and he didn't. He didn't make it happen. And it was disappointing because I hoped for better. I talked about this last week. I wanted better from Lamar Jackson, and we didn't get it. But here's the good news. Again, right, the team played great, and even with Lamar Jackson having a bad game, they still almost beat the Chiefs. So if he improves, they're going to do well. But you got to be patient with Lamar Jackson. His team is good. He's in a good position. And that was test 1 of 3. You don't fail after the first test. Lamar Jackson has 2 more opportunities against the Patriots and the Rams, not to mention the rest of the year, to keep improving every week and keep getting a little better, a little better, a little better. Lamar Jackson is way better than he was last year. Way, way better, much improved. And I think he can keep improving incrementally every single week. And so everyone's going to rush to judgment to say Lamar Jackson played bad against the Chiefs. Year is over. He's terrible. He didn't improve as much as we thought. Give the guy a little bit of time. It's only year 2. He made a big jump last offseason. He could probably do it again next offseason. Not to mention, it's only week 3. He could be a better quarterback week 12 than he is right now. So please, I ask you, I am very skeptical about Lamar Jackson. He was very disappointing to watch against the Chiefs last Sunday. But give him a little bit of patience. Give him a little bit of time. Because right now, he's been actually kind of encouraging. There's good stuff he's done. He can play better. I think he can. I hope he does. He might not, but I think he can get better every single week. So the jury's still out on Lamar Jackson. I'm not ready to give up on him. And I'm also really not ready to anoint him because he was disappointing on Sunday. But let's wait and see what happens with Lamar Jackson throughout the rest of the year before everybody has all these hot takes that Lamar Jackson suddenly can't even throw a football. One week people love him. The next week he's terrible. It's like, can we just wait and see and let things develop rather than having all these... I hate the term hot takes. It's really annoying. And what people in the media do is they come up with something they can say that they know will make people angry, and then they say it hoping for a reaction. I don't want to be that guy. Lamar Jackson was disappointing last Sunday. Let's just be honest about it. But there's also still time for him to get better and change our opinion of him later this year. So let's just wait and see what happens with Lamar throughout the course of this year. My name is Zach Schomler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It is my favorite thing in the entire world. And you may not know, my dream when I graduate college eventually is to do this show as my full-time job. Now, I also want to be very upfront and honest about my plan and what's going on. I recently monetized my YouTube channel. What that means is that some of my videos make money through ad revenue. Now, it's fewer than you think. A lot of my videos get claimed. But in the past, I've received donations through the form of PayPal and Patreon.com. PayPal.me/Zach Schomler, Patreon.com/Zach Schomler. So because I'm making ad revenue, it felt weird to just get donations. I wanted to give something back to the people who support me on Patreon. So now there's a reward. If you support me on Patreon, you can submit questions at the dollar level or above. You just need to give $1 a month. If you do that, you can submit questions to a pool of questions where I look at. I read all the questions on Patreon, and I pick the top couple every episode and read them and answer them on a segment called Ask Zach. Pick the top couple questions and answer them at the end of every single episode. Now, that's for people who want to support me with money. If you have no money to give, I totally understand. I've actually never supported anybody on Patreon. I feel kind of weird about that. I'm a broke college kid myself. I totally understand. But if you believe in me and if you believe in my dream and still want to help me, one thing you can do is help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Guys, thank you so much. I know that was a long spiel. I really appreciate it. And hope you have a great day.